On November 19th to the 20th, a gunman opened fire at Club Q, an LGBTQ+ nightclub in Colorado Springs. 5 people were killed while 25 others were injured. This act of violence was a hate crime against the LGBTQ+ community. While the act of terror took place in Colorado, many students here at Lincoln are still impacted.
I feel like I've been very desensitized to the point where it hurts me on the inside, but I cannot express my emotion on the outside other than just like, are you kidding me? No, this is not okay.
It's very hurtful to know that like humans are like that just because someone wants to be a certain way or like a certain gender, just because, it's not a great feeling. It's not great to be around. It's very uncomfortable.
I just don't really understand why people care so much about what others are doing with their life if it's not affecting them. And the fact that they would take it that far is honestly just unbelievable.
While extreme acts of violence against the LGBTQ+ community is unbelievable, what's even more shocking is how common members of the community receive hate for their sexuality. According to Stonewall.org, 2/3 of LGBTQ+ members have experienced LGBTQ+ violence or abuse. Of these, 3 in 10 had experienced physical violence, 2 in 10 had experienced sexual violence, and 9 in 10 had experienced verbal abuse. These experiences can happen anywhere, any day.
Sometimes somebody say something, I'll ignore it, but later on in life, it'll come back and hit me. Some things it's just until I get to my certain breaking point.
I have a lot of pins that are like, oh yeah, these are my pronouns, and I don't wear them because I'm scared that somebody's gonna yank them off me or call me slurs. Like, it's been very scary just being like, oh yeah, this is what I like.
Being a part of like the LGBTQ community, you get a lot of people who make jokes and don't really understand that it kind of hurts sometimes, because if you're seen with another girl or like another boy, then people don't really see you the same as they should. They'll call you like the F slur.
What causes these extreme feelings and acts of violence towards the community doesn't have a direct cause, but instead many reasons as to why people may feel a certain way.
The society of people are afraid of what's different. You look at things like the LGBTQ community, anyone that is gender nonconforming, transgender, all of these things are different than what people consider the norm. And when something is different, that makes people afraid or makes them react negatively towards it.
While some people have negative perceptions about the LGBTQ+ community, Gahanna Lincoln does its best to promote a safe and welcoming environment for their LGBTQ+ students through clubs like United and by promoting messages of inclusiveness and love. Although some students believe that there are different ways to prevent such violent and aggressive attacks against the community.
I think we could try and make people like understand a little bit more about what's really happening and how people actually feel about this, because even though it's fear, it can still be prevented. People don't always have to just assume. With knowledge, I feel like people would be less likely to do such violent acts.
At a young age in school or from your parents or from anybody, you learn not to steal. Stealing anything is bad, but that doesn't stop people from doing it. Telling someone to not do something isn't going to change anything. I feel like the only way to prevent it from happening is to educate the people that it's happening to on what to do when something happens.
For education directed towards members of the LGBTQ+ community and people who don't necessarily agree with the LGBTQ+ lifestyle, a more peaceful and inclusive society can be created. This is Lex Rady for Lincoln Live.